Our week one is in the books. NFL's finally back. I'm excited. I can't wait. But I gotta hear what everybody talking about on the week one, except Justin because he don't show up. But nonetheless,
Are you ready?
and nipples. Why do you hate me so much? Why?
Sorry, I thought you were segueing into the intro. I'm sorry. Okay.
All right, that's the new intro. What is going on, good people?
What was that?
That
was that?
That was better than the ah. By the way, I would like to point out that like we partially get muted every time you put that.
It's not like Casey cares about us getting monetized or anything like that.
Well,
anymore.
apparently
Let us
neither does Justin about showing up to the show, so I guess it's a
Listen.
stalemate.
If we haven't been monetized yet, and it's been what 8 years,
These are facts. No, you're facts.
no, you're facts.
I mean, we're still trying, right? Anyway, what is going on, good people?
Are we? Are we for real?
Week one is in the books. Welcome into. I guess this is the last time I get to
What
say
books?
this is it's in the book of all books of football books.
The Book of Hardys.
Yes. Week one officially behind us. Glad
You've
football's
said it
back.
like 7 times.
Did you realize that week one is officially behind us?
Hey, DJ, is week one in the books?
It is in the books. It is
What
behind us.
Hey,
We can't go back to week one
did we
until
just
next
have?
year.
What week was that?
Week -1.
Wow.
But nonetheless,
is he
Casey,
part of the Dark Order?
I do want to say one last time, welcome into the Baltimore Coach Show. It was fun. It was fun while it
It's
lasted.
never going away. We're keeping the Baltimore Colt Show.
I feel like next week it's gonna be different. I'm gonna be real sad. But anyway, nonetheless,
I have an idea. Don't worry.
oh gosh, that's never a good thing. But nonetheless, Casey, you really can't talk that much because I mean, how you tie in week one though?
Listen, if
And
you
then
tie,
fire your kicker.
if you tie, you can't lose. That's how I.
But you can't win either.
But you can't lose.
But you can't win.
But you can't lose.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Blankenship
think-
is a bum.
I like Specs. Specs was a good kicker. Dang it. Kickers are entitled to bad games too. He was hurt out last year.
Would you want to? Well, do you want to explain that to Bengals fans this week too?
You know what? I want to explain it to Steelers fans too, because freaking, how do you turn the ball over 5 times and let them almost still win the game? How? That's how I know.
Mitchell Trubisky.
But I mean, what better option do they have? Like Mason Rudolph is no better.
No, he's
honestly,
he is beneath any QB that they've ever had, like dating back to before Cowher. I mean, but they love him.
You do have
they love him
with him. Anyway, but
oh, I do. I definitely do. Well, wait. I'm glad. Hold on. I'm glad you brought that up. I heard this today on one of the shows that I listen to routinely, and they were talking about various games. And obviously, with it being the AFC North, there was some intrigue about the Bengals and Steelers game. They played the clip of Ian Eagle on that call when Boswell hit the upright, and it sounded like a nuclear blast. And the host of this said show said, "And you don't have audio of Mason Rudolph." I rest my case.
That was one of the more surprising games because I mean, really, the Bengals were out of sorts the whole game. The Steelers' offense just could literally do nothing. I mean, I felt like honestly, I mean, because I felt like, it was going to be kind of Dwayne Haskins' time to turn it around. And then the unfortunate circumstances happen. And now it's, Mitch's time. But I mean, I like Mitchell Trubisky, but also they couldn't really run the ball either, right? Like, I know Najee got hurt at some point, but
he's been hurt.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like they could run the ball either, so that wasn't helping. So the Steelers are always an interesting team. TJ Watt's hurt because
he hurt his poor little pack.
But I mean that I just felt like the Bengals were going to somehow pull that game out and continue to be the luckiest team in the AFC. Period. Not even just the AFC North, the AFC in general. But I'm trying to think of some other surprises. Of course, the Colts and the Titans tying was a little surprising.
How about? Hey, look, can we just highlight how cosmically bad the Cowboys are? How Arizona are you rethinking that contract for old Kyler right offhand? Kingsbury hot seat. What else? The Niners.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess you can kind of give a pass because it was crap weather and I think things are kind of up in the air with Lance still, which I think they should give him a chance. But immediately, everyone after that game was like, "You have Garoppolo right there. Just bring him back. Just fill him right in. It's no different."
Yeah. That'll be an interesting situation throughout the entire year, really, like to see what they do. Yeah, I think the Cardinals look terrible, and oddly enough, the Chiefs looked really good, which I think, like, I at least expected the Tyreek Hill, the lack of Tyreek Hill to be a big deal. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Cardinals are an interesting team because they're always that team that's really good in the beginning and they fall off on the back end. They're like the Chargers. They put up great numbers, but can't get to the next level. So we'll see.
Not this year.
Not
this year.
Not to say anything bad about the Chargers yet, but I think they're going to choke in the end like they always do anyway. They played the Raiders, let's be honest. Anyway, and the Raiders can't be trusted. Like we all know this. Like we know the Raiders can't be trusted at all, including Casey, even though he's a Lacrapolis Cradaple Alphalins fan. But still, like, it just can't happen. Niners was a surprise. The Browns Panthers game was good. That's about it. Oh, speaking of real quick, speaking of things I heard in the what is the tabloids, but the Ravens won 24-9, and Michael Irvin went on live television with a hot mic attached to him and said that it was a good game, but Lamar Jackson didn't run the ball enough. But I thought y'all said that he runs it too much. Y'all want him to pass it more. So now y'all saying y'all want him to run it more when like I would understand if they lost the game because they weren't running but they won the game. Okay. I was taken aback by that entire scenario. Like, what? And also, by the way, speaking of ESPN and their programming, Mad Dog decided that Kirk Cousins has proven more than Lamar Jackson.
Wait. He didn't say that.
He said that. He said, well, okay, sorry. Let me do it this way.
Maybe in contract negotiations, but nothing on the field.
He said he would take Kirk Cousins over Lamar Jackson. I should put it that way.
What?
Yep.
What?
And here's the thing, and I love Kirk Cousins. I do. I'm a Michigan State guy. But at the same time,
boo.
My issue, I could say the same to you. My issue My issue with this whole thing is the only thing Kirk Cousins has done has proven that Washington are fools for getting rid of him. Because at least you would have a consistent quarterback. Washington, you dummies. But anyway, that's just me. I mean, I like Kirk Cousins. He just ain't done anything. And I mean, just imagine, let's just imagine what he could have done in the NFC East. Just saying.
Exactly. Like I'll say this. This might sound a little controversial. Kirk Cousins is a better Andy Dalton. He's too good. He's too good to get rid of, but just doesn't quite get over the hump.
Well, and it's funny because I have one of my really, really good friends. He's a Washington, whatever you call him now, team.
Commie.
He's a Washington fan, right? And we were going back and forth. He was like, I don't think we should pay Kirk Cousins. This was back at that time. I don't think we should pay Kirk Cousins. He's not worth it, blah, 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 blah. And my thought process was, Kirk Cousins, I'm not saying he gets you over the hump, but he's better than taking 11 chances at quarterback and hoping you strike at one. There's been 11 quarterbacks start for Washington since Kirk Cousins was not signed, right? You telling me you can't find one season to push him over the hump and get to the NFC Championship game in the NFC East on top of that? You could get the number one seed in the NFC East. like, I mean, come on. Anyway, these people. Anyway, Casey, did you have any thoughts on week one at all?
If you tie, you can't lose.
Well, I mean, on the bright side, it wasn't the Jaguars, so
I will fight that until my dying breath. You can't lose if you tie.
You're as cold as ice.
And you also can't tie if you lose. So, wise words from Casey on that one. Thursday Night Football, week 2. The Chargers at the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs.
Whoa! Back up, sir. I'm surprised you didn't dive into my game.
Are you talking about the Browns and the Panthers?
Well, yes. The revenge game that wasn't.
I thought it was a good game. I was cheering for Baker because I think he was done wrong. I do. And I mean, I think the biggest thing for them is going to be putting it together more than anything. And I don't think week 1 is what was the time for them to put it together. Like, it would have been a nice little story that they could have ran with, but I feel like now everybody's like, well, now that he lost to the Browns, of course the Browns made the right decision.
Here's the deal. Like, let me put it this way. There was a part of me that really I felt horrible for him that first half. Those tackles were cooked from the time the whistle blew. They're like, because that Ekwonu that they drafted, I think he was like 6th overall. I'm sure he's going to be a fine player, but it's a hell of a thing when you're like, okay, your first live action is going to be against Myles Garrett, and he ate him alive all afternoon. Same with Clowney on the other end, and the thing that it's getting talked about. Well, I shouldn't say the most, but one of the things that are being bandied about is out of the 50 snaps that the Carolina had, 3 of them were gifts. That fumble that McCaffrey picked up and ran for 28 yards, fluky play, and our secondary having 2 just boneheaded breakdowns in communication and coverage. One right before the half, and that one to Robbie Anderson, which put them in range. That game should have been 40-something to 17. It should not have been as close as it was. But Cade York is the talk of the town right now, but because oh my god, that kick at the very end was incredible. He had a golf shot draw that you thought was like, oh my god, he shanked it way right, and it comes right back into the middle of the uprights. Oh, that was incredible. But one thing that I was going to ask you is, what did you think? What did you think of the roughing the passer on Jacoby on that last drive?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Okay.
I was on the way home as this was transpiring.
Right. Well, I was
Casey. You should put the Browns logo guy on the top and have him just like be like the Macho Man on top.
Ooh, yeah.
Adam, what do you think? Do you like it?
What is this B? Like is that the B out of Pittsburgh or something?
No, it's from the Browns logo.
I still just see the Baltimore Colts logo. I don't see this. I already know what the logo is because you're a dick, but no. But I'll say this. Right offhand, we got lucky. But of all the times that I've come on this show, or to anybody that's ever had a conversation with me, we finally got a couple of calls to go our way for once. Because the roughing the passer, I don't know what you expect Brian Burns to do in that situation, but that was a bad call. But Taven Bryan getting hit with a roughing the passer call on Baker was not worse, but it was a real bad call. Real bad call. Kept the drive going. They didn't do anything, with it, but nonetheless. But the big point of contention, especially from Panthers fans, I'll say it again, we got away with one. When Jacoby went to spike the ball didn't come out right away, and then he spiked it. It should have been called, regardless of the intent or all that shit. It should have been called intentional grounding. They didn't. We got the field goal, and we're all, smelling like roses at this point. But anyway, they had to win this game. They had to win this game because we would have been mercilessly gutted emotionally, but from all the media pundits, they'd have been like, "Oh, this proves why they should have kept Baker," blah, 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 which I do like. As much as I'm still a fan of Baker, and I do believe that team will be fine with him the more they continue to gel. He would have had every right to basically rub it in, because there was the stuff with the shirt, the comments, or the comments that he made or didn't make, blah, blah, blah.
And also, too,
did
Adam,
him a disservice.
What about the comments that every Browns player now hates Baker?
Well, and here's the thing. I think everybody on the defense hates Baker. Because Miles wanted to stick it to him. I don't know what happened. I knew there was definite friction between him and John Johnson, and then from whatever other players. Clowney said that he liked him. So I mean, again, I try not to dive too much into that, just because it's speculation.
Did he do? Like, I mean, I can't speak for the locker room and what happened in the locker room and all that, but from the outside looking in, a guy who played hurt because he really had no choice, his job was up regardless. A guy who took you to the playoffs and you didn't make it without him.
Hey, again, you're preaching.
What do you want this man to do? I don't get it, bro.
You're preaching to the choir. That was one of the dumbest arguments I had ever heard last year. Was like, why didn't he play the last week of the year? It's like, so wait a minute. He's damned if you do, damned if you don't. What was the point of that last week? Nothing. It meant nothing. They were out of the hunt, and they just got embarrassed on national television against Pittsburgh. I was like, what was the point? Start your rehab now. Hey, we'll see you in the spring. I mean, granted that everything unfolded, but a lot of it, I will tell you this, a lot of it had to do with those guys were pissed because they thought that Baker had a lot to do with Odell wanting to leave. I know that's part of it, but particularly on the defensive side, again, that's where the animosity seemed to be. But as I've stated, I can't badmouth the guy. I mean, until he really gives me a legit reason to, I can't badmouth him. But I also can't. I can't say that I'm not shocked by the. I don't want to say disdain, but the little bit of the dislike for him, because I wasn't in the locker room, so they would know more than I would. But it is what it is.
All right, let's hop into. I was hoping y'all also so the AFC North will be a little bit more, clear is not the word after.
Well, you had a cupcake game, and can you believe Joe Flacco dropped back 62 times?
I know it's
oh my God, that was they have Mike
wild.
White. Mike White's not the savior, but he's better than Flacco.
That's wild. I mean, but also no one should be dropping back 62 times. I mean, I wouldn't want Rodgers dropping back 62 times. Like, well, especially considering but it is week 1 Aaron Rodgers, so can you really believe it? Let's see. But anyway, week 2, speaking of surprises, that was one. The Chargers at the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to stick it to the Chargers and bring them back down to earth, because everybody is going to be picking the Chargers and saying the Chargers are going to be better than the Chiefs, blah, blah, blah. I think the Chiefs are going to handle business, especially at home. I think the Bills got one of those games coming up too. Maybe not this week, but I think they got one of those games coming up too, where it's kind of like, bring you back down to earth, because they had a good week 1. Everybody's picking them to go further because people changed the overtime rules for them or something. But at the end of the day, I think the Chiefs will get the win on this one. Casey, who you got? Chiefs or I guess Williams? No, that's not Williams. I'm thinking of Buffalo.
That was last week.
How dare you disrespect the Williams like that? Go Chargers, go!
And we know Justin said you can do it. Adam.
No Tyreek Hill.
No problem.
Obviously, last week not a problem, but it's gonna be a problem this week. Go Chargers, go!
All right. Next, we got the Dolphins at the Ravens, a game I'll actually be at. My first one ever. I'm excited. This kind of like, speaking of like grudge match revenge games, after the whooping, and it wasn't even that bad, but it felt like it.
It
on
felt way
national
worse.
TV, on Thursday Night Football.
Worse.
Everybody dissecting Greg Roman's routes and the sensibility of them. Everybody acting like that they figured out Lamar Jackson and all that too. Should be a fun game. Should be fun. It's fun. It's funny because my dad is a Dolphins fan. I'm a Ravens fan, so this shall be fun.
I knew I liked him.
but
is he fans of other teams?
No, he's not fans of 100 other teams.
Okay, good.
But
it's one team, damn it.
that
has 17 of them.
I think the Ravens get their revenge on this one. This should be a fun game though. No Kyle Fuller, no Jawan James. I wonder if they'll start Makari, or they'll bring. I hope they don't bring Tyree Phillips up to have him start this game, because he is not a tackle. He might be a guard, but he is not a tackle. Makari is far better, at least filling in. I could possibly see them moving Morgan Moses back to his original position at left tackle, but the issue you have when you do that is when Ronnie Stanley comes back, then you move Ronnie Stanley back. He starts at left tackle. You move Morgan Moses back again, and he's switching back and forth. Like, that just doesn't really work for linemen, even though the Ravens try their best to do it. It definitely should be interesting. I want to see what they do in terms of like depth in the secondary too. especially with Kyle Fuller. I thought he was going to be definitely a big piece for the season, but the unfortunate push off that would lead to the torn ACL is quite unfortunate. But yes, I think the Ravens win this game. I don't think they win big per se. I think they'll win by 2 scores, so at least by 10. So I think they're coming in.
I don't think it'll be. I don't think they'll whoop them, and I think they'll win by 4 scores.
Adam, who you got in this one?
I'm not gonna. Oh, you kill me sometimes. But no, I'll be upfront. Whatever. I think the Ravens are just gonna smoke them. Seriously, like it was a nice game for Tua, but I still see it's everything just seems like it's slow developing with him, and I don't know if it's because he's left-handed or whatever. The thing it seems like it takes forever to develop, and that's even with Tyreek. And even then, he didn't shred New England last week. And by the way, can we just say it? New England is hot garbage. Hot garbage.
You telling me they're not going to win any games passing the ball one time this season?
Well, I don't. Think
I mean, even their defense didn't look that good, and I mean, I knew J.C. Jackson was important because I wanted the Ravens to sign him. But I mean, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't. I mean, I loved every second of it because I want New England to suffer like most of us did for most of our fandoms. But yeah, like I think the Ravens are going to smoke them. And I think they'll just annihilate Tua in the pocket, and it's going to make some errant throws, and then the linebackers or somebody in the box is gonna have a field day. Now, Miami's defense is good, but I don't know if they have the capabilities to do what they did last time, which was just zero blitz, all night, which did seem to work. But I think this is the game where you may see Lamar take off more. So yeah. So Ravens ram it.
And speaking of Travis Jones is back, the rookie defensive tackle. I don't know if he's going to play this week, but he was back at practice, so that's nice. In the pass rush looked good without having to blitz me, Casey, Adam, and the rest of the Ravens team. So that was nice.
I would never play for the Ravens. What are you talking about?
Casey, I already know who you're going with, so I don't even need the
Fins get the win.
Listen. Don't put words in my mouth.
You mean to tell me you ain't gonna use them words?
Listen. I think one of the major problems that the Fins have this season is that Tua is not amphibious. We need
that damn article. Oh, spell check. Spell check.
We need an amphibious quarterback, but nonetheless, specifically because DJ will be there, the Fins get the win.
Casey, you should you should join me. You should do it.
I don't got the money. So you gonna buy my ticket?
I'm not. But I will in spirit. I will pay for it.
Monopoly money.
I need you to in financially pay for it.
Justin said the Ravens, the Jets at the Browns. Go Jets. Okay.
That's not even their chance.
I don't see the Jets winning this game, but I for darn sure hope they do. The Browns win, but I'm putting the Browns on upset alert because the Jets can do this. I need Hillbilly Ed to be out there. Casey.
JETS.
Just end the season.
Come on, they're not the Cowboys. They're not eliminated yet. They'll be eliminated next week.
start of the new season, and the season's over.
They got cool helmets this year though. That's a thing.
Anyway, so yeah, Browns huge. Everybody will respect the elf. the Heisman elf.
What do you think of that, Adam? By the way, that's probably more entertaining than you picking the game. To be honest,
I mean, honestly, it doesn't bother me. It's not my favorite logo that's been passed through, but everyone's like, "Well, why don't you just go with the dog?" They've never been able to fully get the proper logo, the dog logo, throughout the years, and that's the other thing.
Use the generic bulldog that most high schools do.
Well, no, and that's what I mean. It's like we tried to give that type of vibe in like the mid 2000s, and it was okay. I liked it, but I mean, it didn't last very long. I mean, eventually, one of these days, again, J.W. Johnson and that crew, they're going to come up with something that it's going to pop, because like that's, I mean, there's. That was Hanford Dixon and Frank Minifield back in the day, was, you know, again, the dog pound. I mean, that's where that the quote dog thing iterated from. But like,
is it
it's
a brown
people.
dog?
Yes, it is. Okay. Their mascot, SJ Swagger Jr. is a dog, a big sweetie, a big fucking fluffy dog. But. Like I said, the elf thing, it's not my favorite. I appreciate the love of the logo, because again, like I said, it dates back to the 40s when they first came around. So, and we haven't had a logo in the middle of the field the last couple of seasons, so it'll give a little bit of character to it. So, and then when we win Sunday, I'll give a proverbial middle finger to everybody who was like, "This is stupid."
All right.
Yeah, take that, Rich Eisen.
Let's talk about the Colts at the Jaguars, since we're on our teams at this point.
But the Commandos and the Lions is the next.
I mean, but it's literally skip one game and you're at the Colts and the Jaguars. Okay,
Can't
whatever.
do that.
Whatever. The Commanders at the Lions. Go Commanders. Is anybody picking the Lions on this one? Even though
I am. Because for one, for Dan Campbell's sake, he's a great personality. He's great on Hard Knocks. But Dan, eventually you got to start winning these games. You can't always be losing by a field goal or less. Like you got to come over the hump at some point. So like it'll be a close game, but I think the Lions will bite kneecaps and scratch, bite, and claw their way to a victory.
I think that's
take
illegal.
off elbow skin. What? Casey, what you think?
Cause calluses.
Hey, let's go Commando! That's the new chant. You're welcome, commie fans.
They did not think this through. It's
fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine.
By the way, is there anybody more schizophrenic than Carson Wentz? The man that can look like Philadelphia Eagle and Indianapolis Colt Carson Wentz, and then be like, "Oh my God, this is the MVP of the league." Granted, it was against Jacksonville, but I digress.
All right. So I might be wrong about this, but the last time I checked, the Colts can't beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville.
Listen, you shut your dirty whore mouth.
So even though it's a new season, even though the Jaguars are technically a hair below the Colts because they lost, it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter because the Colts can't beat the Jaguars in Jacksonville. They haven't done it in like 8 years. So I'm going with the trend here, and I say the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence and his calm hype style. I don't care. They winning the game. Go Trevor. I would love to see the Jaguars have a good season, but the Jaguars just look like a lost cause, and it's been 1 week. So
you want to try that again? Go Trevor and your hype.
I should do
calmness.
I should do it like Trevor does it. All right, Jaguars, let's go.
This is true. Sunshine.
Adam, who you got on this one?
As much as I agree with you, I'm gonna go with the Colts because they have an adult back there at QB and not blindfold Wentz himself. And I think Jonathan Taylor is gonna run all over him.
He's had a good season, dang it. Anyway, he's a scapegoat. The Colts just suck. Casey,
damn,
who
you got?
First of all,
he obviously in his silence picked the Jaguars.
Can I say words? Can I speak?
As long as you
all right,
Jaguars,
he said the words. All right, next game.
I have a question for the football professionals out there. Maybe some rule people, like judges and whatnot.
Yeah. What you got?
If you tie every game,
Aubrey Edwards.
Do you make it to the playoffs? Because technically you didn't lose any games. I just need to know.
I think it depends. On if other people actually won their games and didn't tie.
Because there is a thing called winning percentage, and granted, they did not lose.
Casey, there's a thing called actually winning, like not losing, but actually winning.
Nah. They never lost. Never. I'm going with the Colts, baby.
Okay. Justin picked the Jaguars.
What?
With me? Yep.
Of course.
Yes,
what?
Yep.
I got your back, brother.
Buccaneers at the Saints. And he only got your back because they're the Jaguars, and you really can't trust them, even though they didn't beat y'all the last 8 years.
I can't. Anyway. I can't because they got a con running the organization.
That's true.
That's true. It's true.
The Buccaneers at the Saints. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The Saints
hold on. Stop. Are the Bucs playing in against the Colts?
This year?
Yeah, like in this game. Are they playing? No. Is Kenny playing?
I don't think so.
Okay. Colts.
No.
Got it.
What the hell just happened?
Buccaneers at Saints. I don't think the Saints are going to be nearly as good as we think they are. So I'm going with the Buccaneers because they are not beating the Buccaneers at all. The Saints are going to suck. It's going to happen. Sorry, Jameis. You is the most memeable quarterback to ever play.
Jameis.
But I gotta go. I gotta go with the Buccaneers because sometimes Jameis throw the ball like he still can't see. Casey, who you got?
Going with Tampa Tom.
He's going with the man in the arena.
Tampa Tom.
Okay. Adam, who you got?
I'm going with Giselle.
Okay.
No.
I heard Jameis. I heard Jameis.
Giselle Winston. But no, I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers too. I'm not as high on the Saints as a lot of people are. I mean, their defense is still aight, but eventually the scheme with Taysom Hill is gonna run out. Yep. Like people are gonna start figuring it out. And although the Buccaneers didn't look phenomenal last week, I mean, it was petty theft because the Cowboys are just hot garbage. Another guy on the hot seat, Mike McCarthy. But their defense is still rock solid. And I think, just handing it off to Fournette, I think that'll do them wonders. I mean, no Godwin, but you still have Mike Evans, so that'll be good. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Tampa Toms.
Tampa Tom and his Tampons.
I always wonder why Taysom Hill is never called inaccurate, even though he literally is. Anyway, okay, let's.
By the way,
continue.
Taysom Hill is very inaccurate.
Let's continue. Let's continue. The Panthers at the Giants. I really want the Giants to be good. I really do, but I don't want to beat the Panthers. I really don't. So I'm going because I'm now a North Carolina native. I don't think I'm a native per se, but anyway,
North Kakalaki.
I live here. I live here. Like I can walk to the stadium. It'll take me a while, but I can get there. So I'm going with the Panthers.
I'm the Mick Foley of NFL fans.
I'm going with the Panthers. The Giants will win next week because the Giants gonna win the NFC East. Okay, I can't trust that pick no more. Anyway, Casey.
I'm going with the G-Men because I refuse to pick any teams that DJ picks after that terrible pick the freaking Jaguars.
Jaguars. Okay. Adam.
Baker Mayfield gets his first win of the year against the G-Men, and all is right in North Kakalaki in Flair country. Woo!
They're the Kakalaki Hissy Cats. Get it right.
I swear, if they give this title back to John Mock. Anyway, moving on.
You know they're going to. You know they're going to.
Why? The Patriots at the Steelers. The Steelers are bums. They're gonna lose. I know the Patriots are hot garbage, but that hot garbage gonna come into Heinz Field with the rest of the hot garbage that they fill the arena with, and they gonna win. So the Patriots get the win. Casey, who you got?
I think DJ's mad that the Steelers are gonna win this game.
Speaking of a game I'd love to go to, Ravens Steelers, in any scenario, but I really would like to see it in Heinz Field because I want to bring my purple towel and swing it around, even though I don't have one. But I will bring one. I will dye a towel purple just to be. Anyway, Adam, who you got?
It pains me to say it, but the Squealers, Mika gets a safety on Crap Jones, and they win 2-0. This game will be hot garbage.
Did you hear Mac Jones is better than Lamar Jackson? I've heard it. Anyway,
wait. By who? By who?
That was a joke.
By who? Mac Jones was ranked higher than Denzel Ward on the top 100. Please make that make sense.
I thought he was going to say Denzel Washington.
King Kong ain't got on me.
Did anybody tell you look just like Denzel Washington? If you can name that movie, you get brownie points. The Falcons at the Rams.
Cleveland brownie points.
The Rams will be the NFL's disappointment this season, but they will be the Falcons because they're the Falcons. Go Rams! Ram it! Rams! All of them all in one. Yeah. Casey, who you got?
Why are we bringing this back? Why are we bringing this back?
Why did I automatically think, scissor me, daddy ass? Ram it, daddy ass. That's it. That's all season. Anytime I pick the Rams, which will be once.
Which will be one.
Listen, DJ. Anytime the Rams have a game, I just need you to skip it.
Will do. Adam, who you got?
Ram it. The Rams are going to be fine. They're going to be fine. The last week was an anomaly. They'll be fine because right now the NFC West is wide open.
Yeah.
Because by the way, how dumb is Hackett from Denver? You have Russell Wilson. It's 4th and 5. Don't get cute. Just go for the first down. For the first down. Anyway, sorry.
Yep.
I digress.
Dumb. Speaking of not Russell Wilson, but the Seahawks who won that game. Seahawks at 49ers. I do not expect the Seahawks to win very many games with Geno Smith. No. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate Geno. I really don't. But no. Are you eating the plastic off of the toy's not even open? Anyway, the 49ers. So Raymond has these bone toys, like they're all the same toy. But once she choose one down, there's one that hasn't been opened yet. It still literally has the zip ties on it. She grabs that one in the packaging and just starts playing with it because. But anyway, Casey, who you got?
The rest.
Okay, Adam, who you got?
Niners with petty theft, because I think the Niners are going to be okay if they just decide to just bite the bullet and say, hey, we were wrong about Lance. Let's put Jimmy Garoppolo back in. Niners win. I think that was the one win that Pete Carroll wanted, was that game against Denver. Now
might be the one win he'll get.
That's what I'm serious, because at this point now they're in the sweepstakes for Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. So because they're not going to be good this year. And by the way, when you pick Geno Smith over the guy that Pete Carroll said if he was drafted this year he'd be a top 10 pick, you make yourself look like a bigger fool, Pete Carroll. Drew Lock sucks. He sucks.
I say play Drew Lock. Let Drew cook. Anyway,
that doesn't work.
Oh gosh.
Drew McIntyre Lock.
What a game. The Bengals at the Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
If I could trust Cooper Rush, I would go with the Cowboys, but I can't. I wouldn't trust Cooper Rush to throw a 2-yard pass for a first down. So he's not that bad. He's really not.
He's terrible. He's terrible.
I mean, he could throw a 2-yard pass. Anyway, the Bengals are gonna win this stupid game. The stupid lucky Bengals again. How do you get lucky enough that Dak is hurt when you gotta play the Cowboys? What the is wrong with the NFL?
It's drunk.
Bengals win this darn game. Stupid Bengals. Stupid. Anyway, Casey.
They should have won the dang Super Bowl. They're going to win this game.
Me and Adam would have had to take an entire off-season social media break.
we would have. Well, here's the thing.
It was bad enough that they lost.
Wait a minute. I live 45 minutes away from that town. I would have had to move.
Oh.
I still, to this day, I still have to hear it from Bengals fans talking to Niners fans. You couldn't have just given us one.
Casey, who you got? Cowboys, Bengals.
It should have been.
The Bengals. What the heck?
Okay, I couldn't hear you. Adam, who you got?
The Bengals were going to win this even if Dak was playing. The Cowboys are terrible. And you're not going to have that same type of game from Burrow. So, yeah, the Bengals are ram it.
All right, Texans at Broncos. The Broncos get back to where they want to be on this one. I think. I don't think they'll look nearly as bad. It's tough because they got Russell Wilson, but they have probably the youngest receiving core in the league, maybe outside of Baltimore in a way. So it'll be interesting to see what they do, but Broncos get the win. Casey, who you got?
Only because they didn't let us win. I'm going to go with the Broncos. They couldn't just let us have it. It had to be a tie because they're dicks.
Speaking like a true Bengal fan.
Adam, who you got?
Wait, who's Denver playing? I don't even remember. the Texians, yeah, Denver. I don't understand this. Other than like the logical beat reporters of that team, there is a lot of high praise for Davis Mills, and I don't know why. I think it was Pete Bristol. He said that Davis Mills was going to end up being better than Deshaun Watson ever was, and I fell on the floor laughing.
Whoa, Justin.
Exactly.
I don't even think Justin picked this game. Anyway,
I was going to say we haven't listed his. I'm not doing the thing that I did last year because that was way too time consuming, and I didn't think this through. So I'm like, let's just have fun with it.
The Cardinals at the Raiders. Are the Raiders actually a decently trustworthy team?
Yes. They gotta give McDaniels time. Now, I will say this: the Raiders' offensive line is it dookie?
I think the Cardinals bounce back on this one. This should be a good game though, but I think the Cardinals bounce back because with the Raiders, I don't know. I think the Cardinals are better than they looked last week too. So I think the Cardinals bounce back. I'm going Cardinals.
The Cardinals are frauds.
Probably. Casey, who you got?
Well, one of these teams doesn't have the grass.
It's true.
So,
are you picking the grass over the Raiders?
over
the Raiderade?
No, why would I said they don't have the grass? So how could they win? How could they win without the grass? They can't win without the grass. Plus, I just got the call earlier today. We got the brand new supply of Raiderade. It was a week late. Okay, it's fine, but it's in. It's really potent this season. So, we're easily gonna make it. We're easily we easily gonna make it to the playoffs. So I'm Raiderade, baby.
I thought he just said the Ravens.
I said the Raiders.
It sounded like you said Ravens.
I would never say that.
I'm going with the Baltimore, Las Vegas Raiders.
The Ravenators.
All right. Adam, who you got?
Arizona's hot garbage. Raiders bounce back. Devontae has a huge game.
Go Ravenators.
All right. The Bears at the Packers. I think the Bears shocked the world and beat the Packers and sent them to 0-2. Go Bears. I don't know what their thing is.
Bear down.
Bear down.
Something like that.
I hope there ain't a bear down after this game because they got to win it. So go Bears. Yeah. Casey, who you got?
I'm going with the Bears.
I mean, ever since Aaron Rodgers cut his hair, he just hasn't been playing as good.
Well, ever
There
since
was
he went
something
on
to
Joe
it.
Rogan's podcast, he's looked like
The hottest.
What's your thoughts on this game, Adam?
So here's the thing. It was a nice little win for them last week, but unfortunately, it is going to be a bear down this week because, as we all know, the Bears are 0 for the century against Aaron Rodgers. Aaron bounces back. RELAX. Relax.
All right. I mean, that was week 1 Aaron Rodgers, so I mean,
This is true. I mean, they got smacked by New Orleans last week, and then they came back and put a hurting on. I don't even remember who it was, but they win 13 games every year.
Yeah. Titans at the Bills. Oh, this week they're doing the 2 Monday Night Football game thing. Okay.
Yeah.
But they're playing them at pretty much the same time. Okay. Anyway, Titans at the Bills. I think the Titans get the upset right here. I really do.
You know,
I think the Titans, Derrick Henry,
Why, sir? What is your logic?
I think they're gonna run all over them. They're gonna by hook or by crook, they're gonna find a way to win. By hook or by crook, they're gonna find a way to win.
So they're gonna cheat.
Probably. Titans get the win on this one. I just want to go opposite of y'all.
That's why we're going opposite of you.
Casey, who you got?
It's nice that you have dreams, but the Williams is going to beat the Tits. Titans, sorry, Titans. My bad.
It's nice you have dreams.
Adam, who you got?
Yeah, that's adorable. It's adorable. You had a thought. You want to try to achieve that. That's precious. The Williams is going to layeth the smacketh down on not so King Henry, and the Ryan ain't no Tannehill high enough. The Titans' window has closed. They is over. Josh Allen, huge.
All right. Second Monday Night Football game is the Vikings at the Eagles. Mm-hmm. I think the Eagles are going to be a problem for every team but Washington. Eagles get the win. Eagles get because I'm picking Washington to win the division. Anyway, Eagles get the win. Casey, who you got?
You picked Washington?
Washington.
I'm going with the Kings, baby.
Washington.
The Kings gonna win it.
If I can't pick the Giants, I'm gonna pick Washington. Even though I think the Eagles are probably gonna do it. But anyway, it's just
because the Eagles are sneaky good this year, and I think this is their division to win. The commies.
All righty. Adam, who you got on this one? Vikings or
where's it at? Is it at Minnesota?
It's in Casey's hometown that he loves.
Ooh.
I don't think it's Philadelphia.
You might as well live in Philadelphia.
It's like 3 hours from me.
Literally the same place.
See, this is a tough one. I think this might be the game. This might be the game of the week, if you know what I'm saying. Because I think both teams are good. They're good. And they just the Philadelphia just lost somebody for the year too. Barnett or Barrett, whoever the hell it is. God, this is a good matchup. You know, just to be different, I will say the skull.
That's what I said though. So you're not different.
But I think the DJs of the Bills said the Phillies.
Yeah, but what does he know?
Everything.
It's nice he has dreams.
It is nice to see dreams.
That's precious. That's precious.
I support that he has dreams. They're just not going to.
All right. Well, as always, hope you guys
One day.
Enjoyed the NFL picks of the week 2. We'll be back for week 3. Week 3 with a new logo, maybe including the Browns dude sitting on top of the thing, and then we should just put a picture of Justin yelling Chiefs Kingdom for the Chiefs version of that. But anyway, as always, definitely hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys on the next one of the next ones. Until next time.